Amazing. Okay, let's have them on stage. Vivek Nigam, the Vice President Marketing at Desert Cart, and speakers Rajesh Kumar Jaswal, the Managing Director of NaviWorld Singapore Pte Limited, and Sandesh Patil, the Strategic Agency Head of Petal Ads, to the stage. Please give them a big round of applause as they make their way on up.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege to be guiding this conversation today. I think e-commerce, before we actually go into the topic, just out of curiosity, how many of the guests over here are interested or represent any form of e-commerce company or a brand? Okay, so there are quite a few here. Good to know that. So e-commerce, as we know, is evolving faster than ever. And I think it's being driven by innovation and the shifting consumer preferences. So I think it'll be very interesting to explore what are the key trends and strategies that are shaping the way we do e-commerce, and probably going to redefine the way we connect with our customers. So I welcome my fellow panelists.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just dive into the topic straight away. I have got certain questions for you guys, and maybe we'll start from there. So what do you think are the top trends shaping the future of the e-commerce industry? Let's start with you, Sandesh.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandesh, and reshaping about e-commerce, I believe everyone is talking about AI. I think that's the key element for the future. The e-commerce businesses who adapt the AI will have an upper edge over their competitor. So that's the key thing, I believe.
All right,
My name is Rajesh. So just to add on with the Sandesh, AI is the future of the, not only for the e-commerce, for the any businesses, but apart from that, we need the data. When we talk about the data we are referring to the quality data, the meaningful data, which can help to segment it out, to get the right audience, what we are going to target it. And that is the key for any e-commerce business, to have the very specific target audience with whom they are going to address globally, not locally.
Okay, both very valid points, guys. Thank you so much. I think for me personally, the current trends, I would say hyper-personalization takes the crown. I guess consumers in today's e-commerce journey, they expect the platforms to know about their preferences, and they expect the platforms to provide them with curated recommendations and deliver a seamless experience. So that is probably one of the trends that is catching up. It's been there for a while now. I guess the second one for me would be social commerce, Instagram, TikTok. They used to be just one of the platforms through which the customers interacted, but now I think they're becoming extremely important in driving the traffic and also conversions to a large extent. I think, yeah, those two would, for me personally, would be the trends that we have right now. Others would probably be sustainable commerce, where some of the customers that we see, especially at Desert Cart, they demand sustainable practices, be it packaging or sourcing from the manufacturers. So yeah, just those three. Okay, moving on. So the topic is about future proofing. So I would like to ask my fellow panelists, what exactly does future proofing mean to you in e-commerce, and why do you think it is critical?
Okay, so let me take this question. So you see the trend for the e-commerce is the day by day customer behavior is changing. Their expectation is rising day by day, and they are looking for the alternates. Not just for the alternates to have the different choices, but also to see the what and who can give the alternate in a better way. So what is become the key for any businesses to make it the future proof is again the data. Yes, I have the data, but how I'm going to get the information from the data, which is I'm going to have the very specific, very personalized the product offering to the customers where they can buy in. So if you want to foolproof the e-commerce business, I think if you're not collecting the data, I think you have to start collecting the meaningful data. That is going to give you the insights, which is going to be helpful to have the very specific targeted audience, which they are looking for the alternate options, what the other companies are offering, where you can make the differentiations.
Just to add on that part, so I believe from my personal experience, micro moments are key for any e-commerce platform for future proofing, because there is so much competition, there is so much of brands who are targeting the customer. Now it's the responsibility of e-commerce platform to win that customer. That's the biggest challenge they were facing in the past, current, and in future also. So to capture those audience, to convert that audience into a real customer, I believe they should have a full funnel approach, not only digital marketing, but offline marketing as well. So it should be a mixed bag of old school and new tech together. So if a company adapts this new technology, keeping the old traditional together, I'm sure they will grow massively in the future.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point, Sandesh, and I will just build on to that. So I guess future-proofing, in my own opinion, would mean that you develop a business model that can adapt very quickly to the changing consumer preferences, and that would include definitely the technological advancements and the way this is shifting. At Desert Cart, for us, it simply means leveraging the data that we have, as Rajesh said, to make informed decisions, explore different acquisition channels, using that information to optimize our supply chain, for example. As to why it is critical is because e-commerce is changing relentlessly. And if you're not able to keep up with it, you just become obsolete. Yeah. So, we don't have to be reactive anymore, because being reactive is not enough. You've got to stay ahead of the game. And I think that is why we need to be able to do something where we can adapt as the time changes.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Okay, so moving on towards that direction, the next bit is about the technology and innovation. So AI, the most abused word in today's times, I'd say. So how do you guys see AI and automation reshaping the e-commerce landscape?
AI, I think the industry itself, not only e-commerce, but in all other verticals, it is still underused. There is a lot of scope, opportunity, and of course, it's an evolving product. So from our Huawei ecosystem point of view, we are focusing more on AI, the technology, the data, which is the real important part. So when we all use this ecosystem, data, and technologies together, I'm sure it will thrive the business, not only for e-commerce, but for any other businesses.
All right, I think for me, AI and automation, the combination is extremely wonderful. And I think they are revolutionizing the entire e-commerce industry. How AI helps us understand or analyze big data, as Rajesh would also agree. They help us kind of predict trends. They help us understand the changing consumer preferences. And then we can, develop our marketing strategies according to that. When it comes to the other areas, I think AI is helping streamline operations. It is helping improving the efficiency, the way you interact with your customers. So a good example would be, I wouldn't necessarily call it a good example, but let's say chatbot. Yes, they are annoying to some extent, I feel personally, but they're kind of aimed towards increasing the efficiency with which the customers interact with the business. So I think, yes, the combination is quite helpful.
Yeah,
So the AI is like what Sandesh mentioned is very loosely used for the AI. It can fit every year. Like what the Vivek has given the example is like the chatbot. AI can give the informations, but what is the missing part in the AI is still, I don't know when it will come, emotions. Where is the emotion? People connect with the emotions. Buying of any product or any services is based on the emotions. If I'm attached with the product, I will buy it. If I don't attach with the product, probably I will not buy. So this part, the emotion is still missing. Just take the example of the chatbot. When you go to any website, chatbot comes, hello sir, what you want? Answer is very monotonous, very the static, don't come with the feeling like what really I want. Even you type something, you get the very standard answer. You can't connect it. So the connectivity is missing, and ultimately who? The people are making the AI to make it work. That one cannot replace the human, I don't know. Maybe in the future that the emotion can come with the AI and robotics, where it is going to be more human replacement of the lot of the works. I don't know when it will come. But surely up to certain level it is going to come.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, I agree. So just to add that emotion, so no AI can replace the emotion, but as a marketeer, you should think about reaching the right audience. So someone is having long hair and if you are selling something else is not relevant, or if someone is bald and you are sending a e-commerce ad of a shampoo is not relevant. So you should choose the platform so precisely and smartly that your product should reach to the right audience. And once you reach the right audience, then you can use as an example of social e-commerce communication ads, they call it. So those people will respond to the AI. So this is how you can replace the emotion with the smart tech, and you need smart people also to handle those smart tech. So it's not all about AI, but using other methodologies to give good results.
That I agree.
I think that's a very valid point. I'm pretty sure all of us have interacted with some AI during our e-commerce purchase journey or otherwise. How many of you had a good experience interacting with the AIs with a show of hands, or a good experience? A bad experience? Bad experience? All right. All right, moving on about the audience, Sandesh. So I just want to touch about the customer retention part, and I wanted to ask here, how can an e-commerce business improve their customer retention rates?
Thanks. That's a very good question. So for any e-commerce businesses, the main KPI which come into the mind is customer retention, good return on investment, or improvement in the return of investment. So what we as Huawei Petal Ads ecosystem do for customer retention, it's not very easy job. It's a challenging job, but with every challenge, good options, opportunities come. So what we do, we approach with the full marketing funnel. So this is all about digital. Along with that, we complement it with different offline channels. So as a Huawei, we have multiple flagship stores across the region, Middle East and Africa. So we combine digital and offline combination for customer retention. Plus, we have some smart own intellectual properties, such as an example called as esports event. Now, all Gen Z is so keen on gaming. So we see that platform, that opportunity for customer retention. And in our ecosystem, we have our own app gallery feature. So every user, whenever they open their phone, Huawei phone, they go on app gallery at least 4 or 5 times in a day. When it comes to the customer retention or loyalty, we have many options for our users, which is such as coupon code, gift centers. So we do joint marketing campaign with e-commerce brand, and we can improve the loyalty. So if a consumer is spending one time in a month with these loyalty programs or gift centers, they will convert from one time in a month to 3 times in a month. So this is how we are building the brand loyalty. And on top of that, new customer acquisition is a key for every businesses. So using Petal Ads platform, we reach out to the new user who are very relevant to that brand based on our data management platform, which is empowered with our first party data. And as I mentioned before also, data is the king. So we are the hardware manufacturer. We have our own software, which is our operating system, and we have our own app gallery. So this closed ecosystem helps all the e-commerce brand, not only retention, but the new user acquisition. So we are doing really good. We are helping all the e-commerce brand, not only from this region, but from overseas market as well.
Rajesh?
So yes, of course, the loyalty is the one of the way to have the customer retentions. But again, in my perspective, still I feel we need to use as a very creative way. I'll give one example. Is the recently it's happened like the Starbucks. Quite often they run the promotion like, okay, buy one get one free. But nowadays I don't see that, okay, the buy one get one free. So what they have done the changes every month. 1 week they run the new promotion, the new loyalty program is like if you are the member, you will redeem the color changing, the limited edition cup. So what's happened? Those are really the fan of this brand. Really they go and look for that color changing cup because they are the loyal customer for them. And that the loyalty points they are looking for, the member to get it. What's happened? Buy one, get one free. Maybe the cost, ROI may be not there. But by having the loyalty is like, okay, they're spending the money to just give it the gift as a new cup, the color changing cup. That increase, I believe, is the audience, even the customer outreach. Rather than buy one, get one free, because everyone feels everything, every time is the same. What is the difference? There is no excitement. So, yes, the loyalty management is changes. Again, the key point is the changes is the important for any kind of either we are looking for the loyalty or looking for the business to change according to what the customer they prefer, what the customer is expecting, that something new. So that is my perspective is like the loyalty is, yes, is needed to have the customer retention. But in which form, again, matters.
I think that's very valid, Rajesh. And I would just add to that, what you said was pretty correct. And also building on to Sandesh's point, I think retention is all about delivering value consistently, not just once. And I would again bring in the AI and personalization bit over here. What we do at least is we use the CRM tools to let's say remarket to the audiences who have, let's say, customers who have been with us before, and we kind of tailor our offers for them. So that is one thing that works. Also, I think enhancing the post-purchase experiences, that helps a lot in retaining those customers. And then, of course, there are these loyalty discounts and all the other promotions that are also there, like the generic trend that we follow. But yeah, good points, guys. Okay, so moving on. What game-changing trend do you foresee in e-commerce over the next decade? Sandesh?
Yeah, that's a very tough question. I do not belong to the e-commerce background, but I will try. I feel what currently we are doing, all the marketers should continue doing that. On top of that, they should adapt the innovation changes and learn the consumer behavior. So technology, ecosystem, and innovation, I believe these three will help all the brands, all e-commerce brands.
Yeah, I agree that the one way is like the AI to analyze the data, the consumer behavior, analyze the behavior, and then act it accordingly, because it cannot be the static. It has to be the dynamic. And important to understand the consumer behavior, because every day Gen Z, the behavior is very difficult to predict. AI is about the predictions, but the Gen Z, to predict them is very difficult. I find it very difficult to predict them. Because I ask the question for them, I don't know, I'm just want to do that, I'm just doing. There's no rationale for why they want. They don't prefer to answer why. This is just what I want. They prefer what. So yes, the AI is the one way to get it. It's going to be the game changer.
I think you are talking more as a father than
no,
a
this
panelist.
I'm talking about the employees. They are they behave like this. Also, why you go and do the project implementation in this way? Yeah, the customer asks for this. Why you have never asked this question? What is the impact? What you want to achieve? What is the objective? They never ask. What customers say? Why I need to ask? This is the way the Gen Z is answer. So what to do? We have to adapt it. We have to find out a different way to come up with some different mechanism to leverage on their strength and the weakness to make the things rolling out.
I think that's valid as well. I think enough has been said about the AI, so I wouldn't want to go there again. Yes, what would be the game changer? AI and automation and personalization, yes, of course. But apart from that, I think one of the things that I personally believe changing in the next decade is the cross-border shopping becoming more seamless, becoming less complex, and the freedom to choose to buy from any place a person wants. I think that is coming in the future. We already have the augmented reality and virtual reality shopping experiences coming in now. So I see those things evolving in the future as well. And at Desert Cart, we are already into providing cross-border shopping experiences where our customers don't have to worry about things like import duties and taxes and stuff like that. But yes, as I said, difficult to predict, but we definitely got to stay the course and see what unfolds. Okay, moving on to the next segment, and it's probably the last question before we have some time for question and answers. For the businesses just starting, and I know this is an e-commerce question again. For the businesses who are just starting into this industry as e-commerce, what are your top 3 recommendations for staying future ready?
So I will say data, data, and data is the key. Nowadays is the king. You have to have the data. You have to have the relevant data is more important and more specific. You have the data, you can rule the world. Even you want to use the AI, still you need the data. Still you want to see the pattern analysis, the trend analysis, you want to do the behavioral analysis, still you need the data. But the data is not good enough. Is the meaningful data is the one which is going to provide the relevant information what you are looking for. So in order to achieve the objectives, you have to have the relevant data. So I think if we are not collecting enough information, we need to start collecting the data, and then the rest of the things has become very easy.
I would just add to that, Arish. I think just having the data is not enough. I think you should be able to interpret that data in a way that, as you already mentioned, you have to stay relevant. So just having the data alone is probably a good starting point. But I think how you analyze the data to understand your consumers is really important as well. Yes. Sandesh?
Yeah. For any new e-commerce brand to get launched in this region, I think they need to adapt the market. Localization is very key. And especially in UAE for this region, it's a very versatile market, cosmopolitan place. So they should adapt the look and feel of the audience because there are multiple nationalities as well. So I'm very glad you asked this question because in the beginning of this year, we help one e-commerce brand which is based outside Middle East and Africa region. So we help them. When we had a discussion on the table, they were very aggressive. From day one, they wanted ROI, which is not practical. I can understand their investment and pressure on them, but eventually it's a process. You have to follow the process and you will get the result. You need to be patient, then you will get the result. You will not get anything overnight. So we came up with a nice customized media plan for them for their complete 6-month execution. We have seen a very good results. Client is happy, and from marketing point of view, we were able to win more than 3 times investment from them, which is really key for us. We work with them as a partner, not as a supplier or any agency for them. So initially, we promoted their app on our Huawei app gallery. So they started getting new users organically and through paid channel as well. Then we introduced our digital platform called as Petal Ads, which is a DSP which is enabled with our own and operated inventory, first party audience data, which is also enriched with different premium regional and international publishers. So from this region, you say Khaleej Times, Gulf News, and many more. They are integrated within our platform, and we are offering first look of inventory to the brands. On top of that, for exponential reach, we integrated with multiple SSPs, not only from this region, but from other parts as well. So this full marketing funnel help us to achieve new customers for the clients. And on top of that, which I already mentioned about other resources, offline resources, we started promoting those brands in our flagship stores, also in retail stores as well. So Dubai is a place of shopping mall. Same in KSA, we have the biggest flagship store of 5,000 square feet in the downtown. So we enabled their kiosk. We enabled preload apps within our Huawei devices. So already when a user buy a new phone, their app was already available. Then we need to convert those user who have app but they have never opened or they have never done the shopping. Then we started doing push notification, remarketing campaign. So organically also and through paid promotion, we did new user acquisition, retention, and of course, regular marketing stuff as remarketing, lookalike audience, and a lot of things were involved along with rich media creatives and everything. We helped that brand, and now they are very happy. And similarly, we have helped the existing e-commerce platform from this region, such as Noon, Talabat. So they are working very closely with us, not as an advertiser, but as a partner, and we are doing really good for them.
I think, yeah, that's a good talk, Sandesh. Sorry, I lost what I was saying. I think a good amount of case studies there. And so there are e-commerce companies here looking to grow fast. I think you can definitely reach Huawei and Sandesh to that effect. I think for me personally, any e-commerce company or otherwise starting out, I think customer experience has to be your focus, absolutely non-negotiable. If you want to grow, you need to make your customers happy. You have to make every interaction memorable. There could be other things like staying operational flexibility, for example. You have to stay agile, whether it's your supply chain or marketing. But I guess customer experience should take the ground over there. That is all the questions that I have, guys. Thank you so much for your answers. I would now like to invite the audience if they have any questions that they would like to ask at this point. Yes, we have a gentleman over there.
This is Praveen. So regarding the customer experience that you have mentioned, sometimes we feel that for the new startup, people are nowadays looking for the packaging or the boxing and unboxing experience. So can you just guide us what kind of measures that we can take for the new startups who is actually, new into the product and they are launching? So what kind of boxing, unboxing experience or the parameters that we can take it?
Okay, okay, this is my perspective to that. So the boxing, unboxing videos is more towards the social media aspect of the businesses trying to say that, basically these are the businesses trying to collaborate with other content creators. If I were a business, I would show my customers behind the scenes. I would show them what happens after they place an order on my website. What do I do? How do I source? Let's say if I'm sourcing from a local manufacturer, I'm getting it from overseas, the kind of care that we take. So let's say make sure that the product is not damaged. Let's say we're using recycled packaging to do that, how we package it, how we put it into delivery. So I guess those are the touch points where you can try and build credibility with your customers, that you are a real business. Do not forget that there are a lot of websites out there which are scam as well. So the customers, just like yourselves, if you were trying to shop on the new website, you would think about whether the business is legit or not. So I guess showing the behind the scenes of your business would help to that extent. And then yes, I guess partnering with local influencers, other content creators, it helps kind of build credibility early into the business. That would be my take. I don't know if you guys have something else to add there, Rajesh, Sandesh.
Yeah, I think you ask a very good question. So KOLs, they call as influencer in this part of the world. So lot of, not lot of, but everyone is using influencer marketing for boxing, unboxing, product reviews. So it's a key element for your brand if you're launching in this region, because mouth publicity, the content is the king, and videos are very emotionally engaging. If you show the text, people will not engage. But when you show the video with the good music or good content, people will get engaged. And there is high possibility that people will start using your products.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, quick question. Specifically, what techniques have you used to convert visitors to purchases on websites? Very specifically, I'm talking about analytical techniques, nothing to do with AI. I'm talking about machine learning techniques. Any experience you have seen that has worked from visitor to purchaser?
Very good question. So now you must have heard about cookieless world, like all browsers will stop cookies. So for a brand or marketeer to reach to the user when they see the interest, contextual targeting is not possible. So there are multiple options in the market which are all ad tech companies are starting to implement. One of them is Sandbox. I think it's by Google. But from my experience and from my product point of view, we started our platform based on OAIDs, which is called as Open Advertising Identifier. It's a cookieless. It's based on your device ID. Anonymous information compliant with local laws and GDPR. So what we are doing to convert a visitor to a purchaser, a real customer, retargeting campaigns are crucial. So what we do, using our first party audience data, we run a awareness branding campaign. Then we filter out the data for the people who have shown interest in your product. Now this is our core audience. So suppose out of 1 million ad impression, only 5,000 people have shown interest on your product, which is not enough. You want to scale up. So using our DMP, we create a lookalike audience based on their similar behavior, what those 5,000 users have shown interest in your product. So we expand the reach of that 5,000 audience to 50,000 or 500,000 users. And then we do retargeting campaigns for them, showing them those ads with a frequency cap. We don't want a bad user experience or intrusive ads. So we put a frequency cap of 3 or 5 for a lifetime. So there is a high possibility of conversion. Even 2% conversion rate is there, that is called as a success of a campaign, because those are a brand new users for your product. This is the general approach for any company who want to convert those website visitor to a loyal customer.
I'm sorry, just finishing up the thought. So you're talking about all the advertisements that are driving traffic to the website. I was talking about once they're already on the website. In other words, you have already qualified the consumer that's on the website, so I've got them already. So now I need to bring them down from visiting the website to making a purchase, that path.
You mean in a single session?
Yes, so the session is live, it's data in motion. I'm not talking about data in rest. I can do the profiling, I can do the lookups, I can do the household income views, all that stuff. The clustering, done. Segmentation, done. I know what segment they belong to, what's their lifetime value, what their potential is, but I need to convert them on the website. So I'm trying to establish what specific techniques have you applied or have seen that work in converting people once they have already added a product to the cart and or making a purchase?
So the user journey is very key here. If that visitor is the first time visitor, then it's very challenging to convert that user. But if he is a frequent visitor, then showing him the right product. So microsite should be built within your website. So if I want to buy a diamond necklace for my wife, and when I see that anywhere, and when I go on your website, I should see that diamond necklace. So that microsite should be there to convert that user. Plus, based on the UI of your website, you can convert those users into a real shopper. So that is a second most important thing. As a product owner, your website should be such a way that users, the journey from visiting the website and getting converted should be very short, because people are very, they jump from one section to another section very fast. So that micro movement you should capture immediately, and that's how you will get good success of the user who are on the site and getting converted. Maybe you are the expert, so you can help.
Okay, I would maybe add perspective to that. It depends on what industry, because each of the industries have got different conversion rates. I'll talk from e-commerce perspective. So first of all, not all the visitors would convert. I think for an e-commerce, if I had to benchmark, I guess 1 to 3% conversion rate is what we are looking at. What is also important is the acquisition channel. So just for e-commerce, let's say if the visitor came through Google Ads or Google Shopping Ads, the intent to buy is a lot more than somebody who came through a social media advertisement. What I would do is look at some of the basics, like the bounce rate of my website. If it is upwards of 50%, that means I am not able to hold the user on my homepage. So I need to improve the UX UI over there. It could be visual, it could be something to do with the offers. It is all about understanding why the customer is on your website in the first place. So if you're selling a particular product, I would maybe give them enough reasons, let's say a clear description, an attractive price, clarity about the delivery times. So being transparent in how I convey my service to the customer and about the product. But yes, to answer to your question, I guess it starts with the acquisition channel, and then we use tools like, for example, there's a very simple flow called the abandoned cart flow, which is in all of these platforms like Klaviyo, Sendlane. For those who don't know, what that does is if you add a product to your cart and you don't check out, it sends an automated flow of emails that sends you emailers saying that, low stock, we have got this for you. It's kind of personalization. It's very, very simple one. It's one of those things. And I think that is how you start. If the customer has not bought in the first session itself, as Sandesh mentioned, it is to do with the intent. They might not have probably intended to buy it, or if they did, then something on your website made them not buy it. So you will have to look at the different stages of the funnel, what population of visitors drop out when. As I said, it's good to keep the benchmarking in mind because we ideally would want all of our visitors to convert, but that is not the reality. So we kind of have to learn where they're falling off and then see the improvement. So I guess it is not a straight answer, but I guess it's something progressive. So we learn and we move along and then we see some improvements. But I guess personalization and transparency would be on top of my list, and also the UX UI in this case.
I know you are disappointed. You were expecting a secret sauce from us, but unfortunately we are trying from last 10, 20 years. There is no secret sauce.
No, I appreciate it. It's just that when I launched Nokia.com, we had very similar challenges because Apple was putting their product obviously on their website, and so it's only one product, where Nokia, we had 57 products. So Nokia N series, 800, I have so many different products that we had to launch, and conversion is always where the rubber meets the road. It's a very tough thing.
Yeah, it is the tough, yeah.
But thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, there's well, I probably it's good to leave that, but yes, the name sounded many memories and a lot of good memories. To this day, I think, yeah, Nokia demands a good respect.
Thank you for the great chat. My name is Bahar Omar. I'm actually founder and CEO of a company called Virtual. We're experiential technology marketing company. Since you guys are talking about the e-commerce, there is a big dilemma after the COVID that obviously everybody thought that everything's going to be online and everything going e-commerce. Statistics today shows that yet globally, of a global turnover from the retail market, still the e-commerce is a small percentage, not even third globally. From your experience, do you think that it's going to be always a hybrid model? Being a humankind, obviously we're social people. We like engagement, experiences, emotionally induced to buy something or to be attached to it. So you have limitation to do that online. Nevertheless, content is king, as you said, and obviously with engaging videos that touch emotions, you take that one. Do you think it's going to be continuing as a hybrid model? And what's the future, since we're talking about future-proof for e-commerce strategies? Do you think it always has to be connected with physical activations or connected together as and physical activities? Thank you.
That's a very good question. I think e-commerce grew as e-commerce is a means basically, as opposed to the end. It's just basically you are trying to get something that you want from within the comfort of your home. And with e-commerce, that becomes easier available, as opposed to you trying to go out physically to a physical store. So I guess e-commerce is here to stay, is here to grow, to answer that question. But that does not mean that the retail model will go absolutely obsolete. And it could. You never know. For me, e-commerce is very convenient. I could shop something just down the street. Let's say, for example, not only e-commerce, if I wanted to get food delivered to my house, and I don't want to get up from a couch, it enables me to do that, right? So at one end, it is all about convenience. And secondly, yes, what you said is people going out to those physical stores I think it's more about, I wouldn't know the right expression to put it. For me, it is kind of change of place, change of state. Let's say I'm getting bored at home, I want to step out and yeah, I'll shop something while I'm out. It's that kind of thing. But what e-commerce does is the convenience that it provides, I think is here to stay, and is going to grow a lot more than we see it right now. That's all I could say. I know it's not the answer that you're looking for probably, but in my head, yes, e-commerce is going to grow more than thrice the size it is.
Yeah, I also agree with him. But I feel e-commerce will not replace the physical shopping for sure. At least for my wife, she wants everything see, touch, feel, and then she will buy. So it's not going to replace everything. But as our Kantar company said, like sometimes going into the store is a happiness. So I feel for mental health, people are still going and will go to the shop, to the malls. They will feel, they will try. For some consumer products, it will replace completely, but not for all. And health and mental benefit are more. If I'm not wrong, I think it will grow together for sure.
Because I think we are well over our time. Are there any questions, or I think we are done for the questions part, I guess? I think that'll be all. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.